When you get directors like Meghna Gulzar, she doesn't let you just stop at the skin of the character. She makes you meet the soul of the character. So I'm just blessed that I had Meghna Gulzar guiding me for a role of a lifetime, which is of Field Marshal Sam Manekshaw. I think as an actor, I feel extremely fortunate that जिनके बारे में आप बचपन में किस्से कहानियाँ सुनते हो ना, because my mom and dad both have lived the 71 war. They were in Punjab जब 71 की वॉर हुई थी, तो मैंने उनसे काफ़ी किस्से सुने थे कि फील्ड मार्शल मानेकशॉ. So then to grow up and then to get an opportunity to see life through his eyes, and it's not just any other person but him. I feel very fortunate. I feel very grateful for Ronnie sirs and Meghna's trust in me, and I have my legs and fingers and everything crossed that I've done my best as I could as an actor, jitni mere paas kabiliyat thi, but really looking forward to the release of the film that I've justified the legend.
We're also watching these two lovely ladies reunited on stage. Dangal के साथ इनकी शुरुआत हुई थी. Sanya, I'll start this with you. Dangal, Paglet, Kathal, Jawan, all ensemble films. लेकिन उसके बावजूद, if you look at your filmography, you've managed to create a really strong character. जो बहुत ऐसी फिल्में आती हैं जो ensemble वाली होती हैं जिसमें हमें meaty role in it, and you've managed to do that. So are you very conscious in picking your scripts, या ये किस्मत है कि ये scripts जो हैं everybody is coming to you with them?
Very conscious of that. Also, I think that's always there in the forefront when I'm picking up those characters, मेरी लाइफ में मैंने ऐसी औरतें देखी हैं जो मुझे इंस्पायर करती हैं, तो मुझे अच्छा लगता है कि when I'm playing such women on screen, और मुझे पता है कि वो जब कोई छोटी बच्ची या कोई देख रहा होगा, they will also get inspired and motivated. So that was always there in my forefront, and also a combination of luck. I think this was purely luck and my good kismat that I got a call from Meghna ma'am for this film, and when she told me please read this, I was like, I don't even want to read it. I want to do it, and I read it in one go so that I can call her back immediately and tell her that yeah, I'm on it, please call me on set as soon as possible.
Now, I don't think it had too much to do with luck. I think Meghna pretty much sorted herself out. If you see her whiteboard and her board and
character के नीचे नाम लिखा होता है.
There's no luck concept there.
And Fatima, आपके जो dialogues हैं इस film में, now you always imagined how Indira Gandhi was. She's one of the most powerful prime ministers that this country has ever seen. We lost her in 84. आप उसके बाद पैदा हुई. So how, when you've just read about this lady, when you've probably seen a couple of clips on YouTube, how do you get into the skin of a character who's not alive anymore, जिनके बारे में आप सिर्फ सुन के एक पहचान बना सकती हैं that ये शायद ऐसी थी?
तो historical figure है and quite a big. हाँ जी, साइड हो जाइए. मेरे
को साइड होने के लिए
सॉरी यार.
मैं वॉइस ओवर ही कर देता हूँ यहाँ पे.
यहाँ पे बैठ जाइए हमारे साथ.
वो बेचारे साइड में उतने हो गए आपके लिए.
मैं निकल ही जाता हूँ यहाँ.
मैं बैठ जाता हूँ यार यहाँ पे. नहीं चलेगा. वो बहुत मार पड़ेगी मुझे कि मैं यहाँ पे बैठ. हाँ बताइए. Thank you प्रभु.
They're allowing you in the frame. It's okay now. They're allowing you.
फिर से पूछ लो.
तो एक posthumous character जिनके बारे में
काफी बड़ा फिगर है, काफी हिस्टोरिकल कैरेक्टर है, तो मैं तो बहुत डर गई थी. आई टोल्ड मेघना, लिसन यार मेघना, आई डोंट थिंक, आई एम नॉट श्योर. शी जस्ट सेड वन वर्ड, शी सेड ट्रस्ट मी. एंड क्या
तो खुसर पुसर
ये अलग ही.
मैंने कहा ये तो 2 लफ्ज थे.
हाँ अरे यार इमोशन को समझ यार.
The film will know that's 2 words. So
तो मेरे लिए एक तो आई लुक अप टू हर, आई लव हर वर्क, आई हैव ऑलवेज एस्पायर्ड टू वर्क विथ हर, क्योंकि एज एन एक्टर आपका एक लिस्ट होता है कि आपको इन डायरेक्टर्स के साथ काम करना है क्योंकि आपको उनका काम पसंद है. तो जब भी इन्होंने ये बोला, मैंने सोचा यार कौन बोलता है. It's a privilege that I have that my director is telling me कि तुम trust कर लो मुझे, क्योंकि I just need to hear that. And to be honest, I have just done that and I'm so happy कि मुझे ये experience करने का मौका मिला, because ये दुनिया और ये world और ये कहानी का हिस्सा बनने का मुझे वापस मौका नहीं मिलेगा. बिकॉज फॉर पीपल लाइक मी जिन्होंने ज़्यादा पढ़ाई नहीं की है, जो ज़्यादा पढ़ते नहीं है, जिनको ज़्यादा हिस्ट्री के बारे में मालूम नहीं है, मुझे लगता है कि आप जब फिल्म देखते हो या जब आप लिटरेचर पढ़ते हो, आपको बहुत सारी चीज़ों के बारे में पता चलता है, हिस्ट्री के बारे में पता चलता है, और ऐसे किरदारों के बारे में, सैम मानेकशॉ, इंदिरा गांधी, आई हैड टू रीड अ लॉट अबाउट इंदिरा गांधी एंड आई रियलाइज देयर इज सो मच दैट इंडिया हैज़ गॉन थ्रू, and that is only because of this film. And now this film is being made and a lot of people, young generation, उनको पता चलेगा कि क्या क्या हुआ है, कैसे कैसे लोगों ने हमारे देश के लिए काम किया है, ताकि हम आज यहाँ पे बैठ के ऐसी फिल्म देख सके.
विकी का जो करियर ग्राफ है, एंड आई हैव टू आस्क दिस क्वेश्चन टू रॉनी एंड मेघना, राजी के साथ जो हमने एक चेंज देखा विकी में, विच मूव टू उरी, दोनों के लिए इज ही योर म्यूज? बिकॉज मैम आई एम बीइंग ऑनेस्ट, क्योंकि आप जिस तरीके की डायरेक्टर हैं, यू सो क्लियर कि आप अपनी फिल्म में किसको चाहती हैं, एंड आई थिंक दैट स्टार्ट्स राइट फ्रॉम द गेट गो, जब आपने पहली बार एक कहानी के बारे में सोचा होता है. वेदर इट्स राजी, रॉनी, फॉर यू द काइंड ऑफ फिल्म्स दैट यू हैव मेड, उरी, इज ही द क्ले जिसको आप मोल्ड कर सकते हैं?
I don't think Vicky can be molded, but he's the clay.
You know, for me, it's very strange because I love him. I love him as a person, and I love him as an actor. And then you put him in the role of Sam Manekshaw, who I completely adulate. So a lot of times, when I was loving what he was doing, I was not sure ki am I loving Vicky Kaushal the actor, or am I loving what he's doing with Sam Manekshaw. Having said that, right from Razi, when there is a character that you know that ये नाम आएगा आपके दिमाग में, then you don't think left and right. It happened with Razi, it happened with Sam. Because for me, I know that he will dive into it and give me more than what I'm expecting. He will make it his own. And that's exactly what he's done. It's there for everybody to see.
विकी, घर पे आईने हैं? मतलब इतने कैरेक्टर्स जब तुम करते हो कि इंसान तुम्हें देखते हुए भूल जाता है कि ये तो विकी कौशल है, बिकॉज यू जस्ट गॉटन इनटू दैट कैरेक्टर सो मच. तो आईनों की जरूरत है? यू आर लाइक ये अभी मैं सैम मानेकशॉ हूँ?
नहीं यार, एक एक्टर को आईना तो चाहिए, सेल्फ ऑब्सेस्ड होते हैं हम. तो
नहीं, पर ये आई थिंक 9 महीने जो ऐसे झुक के खड़े थे सैम की तरह, he had forgotten how to stand straight. He had to learn that again कि अब मुझे सीधे खड़े होना है. बोलो ना.
बोलो ना.
नहीं, मैं अपनी सैम की जर्नी के बारे में अगर कहूँ तो इट स्ट्रेंजली स्टार्टेड विद राजी. हम पटियाला में शूट कर रहे थे राजी, और 2-3 दिन की छुट्टी थी, एंड वी वर होल्ड अप इन अ होटल, जहाँ पहली बार मेघना ने जिक्र किया था कि you know, मेरी अगली फिल्म, this is what I'm thinking about, it's based on Field Marshal Sam Manekshaw. And और मैं सुन रहा था कि अच्छा यार ये फिल्म है, पर मैंने उनके बारे में किस्से सुने थे, मुझे ये नहीं पता था वो दिखते कैसे हैं. ठीक है, तो मैं बात सुनते सुनते ना नीचे मैंने मोबाइल पे गूगल किया कि ये दिखते कैसे, फिर मैंने कहा ये तो बहुत हैंडसम है, मुझे तो ये रोल नहीं मिलेगा. तो फिर मैं फिर सिर्फ सुनता रहा. बट कहीं ना कहीं आई थिंक इन द यूनिवर्स तभी एक विश प्लांट हुई थी कि यार कहीं ऐसा एक रोल, बिकॉज शी स्पोक सो मच अबाउट दैट रोल एंड दैट लेजेंड, आई वाज लाइक वाओ व्हाट अ मैन, एंड आई विश if I could just at some point in my career get an opportunity like this. And in 2019 May, I remember I got a call from Meghna. She lives in Bandra and I happened to be in Bandra. कहाँ हो, क्या कर रहे हो? कहा कुछ नहीं, मैं बैंड्रा में हूँ, घर आ जाओ, कोल्ड कॉफी पीते हैं. मैंने कहा ठीक है मैं आ रहा हूँ. मैं चला गया and she mentioned Sam Bahadur again, and she spoke again in detail about Sam Bahadur, the film, the person, family, army, everything. And post हो रहा है correct. तो उन्होंने मुझे कहा मैं स्क्रिप्ट देती हूँ, तुम पढ़ लो. मैंने कहा मुझे स्क्रिप्ट नहीं चाहिए. आपने मतलब आप मेरे बारे में सोच रहे हो, ये तो मैं कई सालों से मैंने यूनिवर्स में छोड़ा हुआ था कि आप सोचो मेरे बारे में, मैंने बोला नहीं था कभी, पर ये मैं कर रहा हूँ. उन्होंने कहा नहीं तुम स्क्रिप्ट पढ़ लो. एंड दैट नाइट आई वाज फ्लाइंग टू न्यूयॉर्क, तो मैंने फ्लाइट में स्क्रिप्ट पढ़ी, एंड आई वाज वेटिंग कि कब ये 15 घंटे की फ्लाइट खत्म हो, मैं कॉल करूं उतरते ही कि प्लीज आप कहीं इधर उधर मत देखना, अब मैं कर रहा हूँ, मैं आ रहा हूँ और we'll start working on this. So that's how this journey happened. And in the beginning, how she said that, you know, we've tried to imbibe the spirit of Sam Manekshaw through the process of the film. And I think in every little detail, चाहे वो conception हो, scripting हो, जो तैयारी 1-2 साल की pre-production रही है, फिर shooting हो और till the release, I think I'm very proud of the fact that हमने it's not just a film we've made. Of course, at the end of the day, it's a film we've made. But कहीं ना कहीं हमें उनसे बहुत कुछ सीखने का मौका मिला और उसे हमारी इसी फिल्म की जर्नी में implement करने का भी मौका मिला. That discipline was always there. That army discipline that, you know, saying that this film will come on a certain date a year back and then planning accordingly and then coming on that date and sticking to all the goals that she had marked out since a year, that, you know, इस तारीख को ये खत्म होगा, इस तारीख को ये खत्म होगा और ऐसे होगा. So that discipline that got imbibed from learning from such a character, that I'm really proud of. That we could get to learn so much from Field Marshal Sam Manekshaw.
Ladies, it almost feels आप दोनों की डील है कि बायोपिक होगी, उसमें 2 फीमेल कैरेक्टर्स होंगे तो साथ आ ही जाएंगे हम दोनों. What started with Mahavir Fogart in Dangal, now to Sam Bahadur. I mean, what was that like? कि बायोपिक से बायोपिक में आपका ये जो reunion हुआ है, was that like a, I don't know, like an emotional moment जब आप दोनों वापस एक साथ सेट पे?
Definitely. I think this is our 3rd film together, not...
Yeah,
we have done
Ludo
Ludo.
also we did, no, together. हम एक दूसरे का साथ नहीं छोड़ेंगे.
Sorry, Geeta Babita. How was that moment to be reunited on the sets of a biopic, and that too of such a powerful figure?
I think both of us were very excited to be part of the same film and to be part of the same journey. तो बाकी तो हम घर पे मिलते ही रहते हैं आगे पीछे. But you are being part of something really huge. I think वो वाला जो emotion था, that was overpowering than anything else, at least for me.
Yeah, it's always very emotional to see, you know, because we started off together. स्कूटी पे जाते थे ऑडिशन देने दंगल का साथ में. And at that time I was also auditioning for Geeta, but we used to pray for each other कि अगर मेरा नहीं हुआ तो तेरा हो जाना चाहिए, तेरा नहीं हुआ तो मेरा हो जाना चाहिए, वैसा. And it feels very emotional. It's been 7 years. We're going to complete 7 years in the industry together. It feels very nice, to be honest.
And we're together in it, and you know, we've started our journey together. We came into the industry together, so we've seen each other एक स्ट्रगलिंग स्टेज से ऑडिशन देने से, फिर काम मिलने से, फिर दंगल मिलने से, फिर यू नो एवरीथिंग दैट हैज हैपेंड एंड नाउ दिस. सो आई फील दैट टू हैव अ पार्टनर इन क्राइम, it is very important because you feel, you know, you've got somebody and you've got somebody who's gone through the same thing, and that is I think I'm very lucky because I have that person in my life.
In addition to this question, and sometimes I always feel कि हम क्यों जानबूझ के we are trying to shine a light on it. The directors that you've worked with, even in our industry, there are a lot of male directors. But here you are working with Meghna. Is there any difference working with a female director on a film? Or is there no difference?
No, I'll tell you because the reason I tell you, because आप
This is not a question. This is a question I want
because क्योंकि आप एक डायरेक्टर.
सर एक सेकंड, आप एक बार वो माइक पे बोल दीजिए because they will be like ये पूछ दिया इसने.
नहीं, क्योंकि आप इस चीज को जेंडर में रिड्यूस नहीं कर सकते हो. In the end, she is a bloody goddamn good director, and she is so crafted. Her emotional sensibility, her writing nuances, her everything, she's so detail oriented. अब ये fact है. आप इसको मतलब you know, you can't just dilute it to a gender difference because in the end she is, मतलब अगर आप compare करोगे दूसरे डायरेक्टर
सही कास्ट किया मैम, सही कास्ट किया आपने. ये परफेक्ट है, अगले साल इलेक्शन भी है.
Shut up. No, you know, I feel passionately because I have been on set. And I used to feel so jealous because मेरे को लगता था यार काश मुझे भी, मैं पूरे फिल्म में होती और मुझे like throughout I was the only one that she was directing because the way she directs, and it's true. I think one moment I even said that she's so clear of what she wants, and as an actor I just need to trust myself, and that is so liberating because she is extremely clear. अरे यार, अरे
वो कह रही है अच्छा हो गया अभी.
अरे यार पूरे फिल्म में मैं जब भी तारीफ बोलती थी ना, वो बोलते थे कि अभी मत बोलो, अभी मत बोलो, अभी एक मौका मिला है ऑडियंस से, मैं तो बोलूंगी. But I love you, you know that.
सानिया, ये बहुत पैशनेट जो ये हमें जवाब मिला है उसके बाद you want to follow up?
Yes, I totally agree with her. I think when I got the first call from Meghna ma'am, I was looking for something like this for my career. You know, as an actor, I wanted to get out of my. I think I was in a zone. I was in a bubble, and I was like, कि मैं कुछ नया कैसे करूँ? How would I learn something new? Learn something new about acting. And when I got a call from her, I knew that I'm going to learn something that I have never done before. I had to totally surrender myself, and I'm so glad, like, the way I'm talking. I was looking at the teaser and I was like, I'm not sounding like myself because I've never sounded like this, you know. From that कि शब्द बोलने कैसे हैं, चलना कैसे है, और बहुत महीनों तक we prepped for this. तो वो सब I was really excited to do it, you know, as an actor, क्योंकि वो हर फिल्म के साथ आपको मौका नहीं मिलता है इतना ज़्यादा prep करने का. और I love it, I'm very geeky. तो मेरी किताब पेन हमेशा रेडी रहता है. I was like, ये अब मैं मेहनत करूँगी. But I was really looking for a character like this, and to work with her, I can say that I have never done something like this before, and I was really excited about this opportunity, and I was excited to learn something new, and thanks to her, I was able to.
Ronnie sir, जो आपकी फिल्में हैं, I mean especially in the nationalistic patriotic space, I'm a huge film buff. लेकिन जो हमने फिल्में देखी हैं ओवरऑल जो देशभक्ति पे बनती हैं और there is some sort of a patriotic fervor to it, एक बहुत बहुत बारीक सी लाइन होती है where if you cross it becomes a little jingoistic, ऐसा लगता है कि over the top है, but you somehow manage to balance it. How do you pick up these subjects and where do you draw the line कि you know what, it's a film at the end of the day?
I think if you have to draw a line, that's a problem. So I don't look at it as a line because you like the story, you like the script, you like the concept. And I think patriotism, why not? I just said earlier, the soft power of any nation is projecting yourself, your icons, your heroes, and whatever else. What are the biggest films? American heroes now suddenly become the superheroes. Before that, they're the other heroes. And I think you don't draw a line. You just go. If the director's vision and the script is right, I don't think you need to cross the line. I think it just happens. And audiences are the most intelligent. They get it. They get when something is jingoistic. They get that this is part of a story. Because at the end of the day, emotion is a very personal thing. It's not a thing that you can script for 1,000 people. That's the beauty about cinema, right? Everyone has a story to tell, and everyone has a separate emotion, how they experience every film. And I think if you get that right, then it stays right.
All right, final question before I open the floor to our members of the media. Vicky, when you do a film like Sardar Udham, it takes so much out of you because you're living that character. जब आप सैम बहादुर की जिंदगी को पर्दे पे उतारने की कोशिश कर रहे हैं and you're literally reliving है, और सैम मानेकशॉ के साथ definitely ऐसा हो रहा था मेरे साथ, जो उनकी एक certain body language हमें adapt करनी पड़ी थी, एक the way he used to speak वो हमें adapt करना पड़ा था over a few months of prep work, and that when you're fully into just shooting for Sam Manekshaw and you're doing that in day out. We shot over in like what 12 cities, 13 cities, and तो जब दिन रात आप वही कर रहे हो तो it gets a little difficult to kind of course you're mentally off, you're mentally back in your private space, but कई बार हो जाता है कि वो जो जिस तरीके से आप बात कर रहे थे 12 घंटे तक वो कहीं ना कहीं लिंगर ऑन कर जाता है, वो बॉडी लैंग्वेज लाइक शी सेड कि बीच में एक मेरा किसी और फिल्म का एक गाने का शूट था, तो अब मैं वो कर रहा हूँ तो बीच बीच में डायरेक्टर आके मुझे बोल रहे हैं सर वो आप थोड़ा ये कर लो, और मैं उसी बॉडी लैंग्वेज में अब मैं ये भी कर रहा हूँ, तो वो थोड़ा रह जाता है विच आई डोंट रियलाइज, बट वो विजुअली दिख जाता है कई बार विच आई एम नॉट रियलाइजिंग. सो कुछ ऐसे पहलू वो थोड़े से रह जाते हैं एंड वो फिर अपने आप ही समय के साथ निकलते हैं, वो भी खुद रियलाइज नहीं होता. वो फिर जब शूट खत्म हो गई थी उसके कई महीनों बाद जब मैंने मेघना से मिला तब she could tell that okay now now you're getting back to ये देखो हाँ. So
but on a lighter note I want to say about the going home part. I think once he cracked up and said I think my better half is quite happy that I'm not going home clean shaven anymore.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, मेरे सवाल हो गए हैं खत्म. I know कि आप भी बेसब्री से इंतजार कर रहे हैं अपनी बारी का कि आप सवाल पूछना चाहते हैं. So let's start with the questions and दरख्वास्त है, let's keep it to the movie. Yes sir, we can start with you.
Vicky ji, on your left.
Vicky
Hi.
ji.
हाँ जी सर.
सो जब पॉलिटिक्स की दुनिया से बुलावा आता है आपको तो क्या रिएक्शन होता है आपका?
मुझे तो आया नहीं पॉलिटिक्स से बुलावा।
इंदिरा गांधी
फिल्म में?
हाँ फिल्म पे का बात कर रहा हूँ मैं।
ओह सर, इस फिल्म में ना एक लाइन है जो टीजर में भी है कि पॉलिटिक्स में मुझे कोई इंटरेस्ट नहीं है, आर्मी ही मेरी लाइफ है। सो ये मेरे लिए पॉलिटिक्स बेस्ड फिल्म नहीं है, ये आर्मी बेस्ड फिल्म है। और जब भी आर्मी बेस्ड फिल्म से बुलावा आता है तो वो मेरा एक सॉफ्ट साइड है जहाँ मैं हमेशा टेम्प्टेड होता हूँ। बट यू नो व्हेन इट्स अबाउट फील्ड मार्शल सैम मानेकशॉ, हु इज वन ऑफ द मोस्ट सेलिब्रेटेड people from the Indian Army, then it's very hard कि आप ऐसे opportunity को जाने दोगे। तो it's not the politics, it's the army.
एंड इंदिरा गांधी जी को किस नाम से बुलाते हैं आप इस फिल्म में?
टीजर तक तो मैडम, बाकी आप फिल्म देख के देखिएगा।
एंड रोनी जी, क्लैश के बारे में आपसे बहुत सारे सवाल पूछे जाएंगे, एनिमल एंड साम बहादुर, कुछ बताना चाहेंगे आप कि कितना प्रेशर होता है आपको? फर्स्ट 1 तारीख को 2 फिल्में आ रही हैं, बड़ी फिल्में, आप अगर कुछ बता सकें।
Ronnie, that question is on the 2 releases on the same day.
Clash.
Yeah,
Clash.
I got that. Thank you. देखिए, 2 things on that. Firstly, I think if you go back and look at the social media, we announced 1/12/23, I think almost a year back. Almost a year. Yeah, 1 year back on 1/12/22, we announced 1/12/23. That's one part. Second, I think for everyone here, this is it's a very purani baat ho gayi yaar ki filmi mein always you talk about clashing, because you don't look at that in real life. You don't figure out today where Flipkart and Amazon will have the $1 billion days on the same days. Actually, everyone comes out and wants to consumer spend even more. You look at anything and everything in life, clash is not about anything else. This is a very old world, sorry to say, thinking in cinema here. Actually, audiences come out more. They like multiplicity of choice. Suddenly, when there's a TV screen and promotions that are very active in a particular season, you go there. So I think it's a very, very small way to look at the fact that films are clashing, because it's a whole world out there. Today, everyone is clashing with Instagram, you're clashing with Netflix, you're clashing with going out, you're clashing with so many other things. The last thing you want to worry about is clashing with anything else.
Ronnie, this side to the right, to your right. People are flocking into the theaters, you know. It's a very good time. What are your expectations, by the way?
Sorry, what are our expectations for?
Theatrical release, because people have started flocking into the theaters, you know,
My expectation is
recently.
that there are about 63 empty seats here and they should all be full.
Hello, check.
And Meghna, are you depicting all the wars that he represented in the decade of his service?
4 decades actually.
Yeah, 4 decades.
I hope so.
Okay. And what responsibilities, Vicky, with this character? Lot of expectations again.
It's a huge responsibility. Along with being a huge honor, it's a massive responsibility. Firstly, to wear the Indian Army uniform, but then if it's got a nameplate of Sam Manekshaw, it's a massive responsibility. And I would like to also take the opportunity to thank the ADGPI and the Indian Army for their support. उन्होंने बहुत support किया हमें through the filming. But every time I would meet them, they would say, ढंग से करना. He's our best guy. So you know that pressure is always there, and I used to always be like, नहीं हम पूरी जान लगा रहे हैं. So we have our fingers crossed, and हमने पूरी जान लगाई है. And you know, but to answer your question, yes, the responsibility is the most it can be as an actor when you're wearing a uniform of Sam Manekshaw.
विकी सर, मेरा सवाल आपसे है।
हाँ जी।
जब भी सिनेमा के रुपीले पर्दे पर मैं आपको एक जवान की भूमिका में देखता हूँ, तो मेरे मन में भी ये भावना जागती है कि मैं भी जाके बॉर्डर पे लड़ाई करूं। हिंदुस्तान में कई ऐसे लोग होंगे जब आपके सिनेमा के रुपीले पर्दे पर जवान की भूमिका निभाते वक्त देखते हैं तो ये भावना आती है। क्या आपको लगता है कभी आप एक्टर नहीं होते तो क्या बॉर्डर पे होते?
देखिए, जब मुझे रोल्स के द्वारा या फिल्मों के द्वारा इंडियन आर्मी से इंटरैक्ट करने का मौका मिलता है, वो मेरे लिए सबसे खुशी की बात होती है, बिकॉज मुझे ऐसा लगता है कि हम रियल हीरोज़ हैं, पर वो रियल हीरोज़ हैं, और हमारे देश के मतलब वो दे आर सुपर हीरोज़, यू नो. तो जो आर्मी की जो यूनिफॉर्म पहनते हैं और उनसे जब बात करता हूँ, आई ऑलवेज गेट इंस्पायर्ड, आई ऑलवेज फील लाइक देयर सो मच मोर टू डू. तो मैं हमेशा ये तो सोचता हूँ कि काश ड्यूरिंग माई टीनेज ऐसा कुछ इन्फ्लुएंस होता मेरे आसपास कि मैं सोच सकता कि हाँ ये भी एक ऑप्शन है जो मैं कर सकता हूँ. पर आई ऑलवेज रियली गेट टेम्प्टेड दैट यू नो. और कई बार जब जैसे इस फिल्म के दौरान भी कई कैंट एरियाज़ में कई रेजिमेंट्स के साथ हमें वक्त बिताने का मौका मिला, उनके साथ रहने का मौका मिला. तो जब भी उनके साथ होता हूँ तो मुझे लगता है कि यार बस इनके साथ ही रहूँ, यहीं बसा रहूँ, क्योंकि देयर इज अ सर्टेन डिसिप्लिन एंड एक वे ऑफ लिविंग है आर्मी की, विच इज़ जस्ट सो इंस्पायरिंग एंड सो फैसिनेटिंग, जो हमें लगता है कि यार इसका 10% भी होना चाहिए कम से कम हमारे अंदर. सो इट्स ऑलवेज इंस्पायरिंग. तो आई रियली इन अ डिफरेंट यूनिवर्स, इन अ डिफरेंट टाइम फ्रेम, आई रियली होप कि ऐसा होता रियलिटी, कि आई वुड हैव बीन अ रियल हीरो रादर देन अ रियल हीरो, बट हु नोस.
Hi, Meghna ji here. Runa from Web Dunia. Hi. Here. No problems, no problems.
Yeah.
Hi, Meghna ji. I really love Sam Bahadur ji. जितना पढ़ा है, जितनी सीरीज की है मैंने अपने कंपनी के लिए, इंटरव्यूज की, मेरा दिल बहुत दुखा था जब APJ कलाम साहब को उन्होंने बोला था मेरी बची हुई पेंशन वापस या दिलवा दीजिए. इस सीन
उन्होंने नहीं बोला था.
माफ कीजिए. फिर अगर
वो उन्होंने खुद किया था, प्रेसिडेंट कलाम ने खुद किया था, उन्होंने नहीं मांगा था.
माफ कीजिए फॉर दिस, थैंक यू फॉर करेक्टिंग मी. इस सीन को बनाने में, क्या ये सीन है और बनाने में आपको किन सेंसिबिलिटीज़ का ध्यान रखना पड़ा है, क्योंकि दो बहुत बड़े सुपर हीरो बोल सकते हैं हमारे देश के सामने बैठे हैं.
देखिए, फील्ड मार्शल सैम मानेकशॉ की जो ज़िंदगी है वो 2 फिल्मों में हो सकती है. एक जो उनकी एक्टिव मिलिट्री लाइफ है, फ्रॉम द टाइम ही जॉइन द इंडियन मिलिट्री अकेडमी टू हिज रिटायरमेंट एज फील्ड मार्शल, एंड देन आफ्टर दैट till his last days. I could make only one film, so I have one part of his life in the film. Having said that, I think हमारा सबका नज़रिया ये था कि this is a life we want to celebrate. Yes. We don't want to be sympathizing with him, because there is a lot more to him. उनकी ज़िंदगी में ऐसे बहुत सारी चीज़ें हैं जिनको आप सेलिब्रेट कर सकते हैं, ना कि आपको अफसोस करना हो. अफसोस करने वाली कुछ ही शायद चीज़ें होंगी. तो हमको हमारा नज़रिया सही रखना है कि हमको उनकी ज़िंदगी को सेलिब्रेट करना है कि उनकी ज़िंदगी के कुछ हादसों को पर अफसोस करना है. वी हैव डिसाइडेड टू सेलिब्रेट हिज लाइफ विद सैम बहादुर.
थैंक यू. विकी, आपसे जानना चाहूँगी, क्योंकि हम लोग बात कर रहे थे नई जनरेशन, मतलब हम बात कर रहे थे कि अगर मौका मिला तो आप शायद आर्मी ज्वाइन कर लेते. अग्निवीर जो कि आज के समय में बहुत यंग जनरेशन को मौका देता है, 12th के बाद आप जाके इंडियन आर्मी ज्वाइन कर सकते हैं. आपका खुद का पर्सनल क्या सोच है, क्योंकि आप ऐसे कई सारे रोल निभा चुके हैं?
See, the thing is that I feel is apt for another forum because it's a political discussion. So I would like to stick it to the film right now and to the man, the legend that we have, Sam Manekshaw, because I would love to answer this question because that's my personal take, and I would do that when I'm having a personal interview with you, which is not related to Sam Manekshaw. You know?
Meghna, hi. Vicky, lovely teaser, no doubt about it. Meghna, when you're making a film on a person like Sam Bahadur, you are taking, of course, the anecdotes and incidents from his real life. When you portray a real life character, where do you draw the line? Are there any challenges you face that where you know that you have to stop and then resume telling the life story?
It depends on the life, and it depends on your intention. What is it that you're trying to do exactly? For a life like Field Marshal Sam Manekshaw, we have tried to put out everything that we could, because his life is so full and large and actually cinematic that I feel that हम और भी कर सकते थे, but I had a duration limit कि इतने घंटे में फिल्म ख़त्म करनी है. Otherwise we could have gone on a little longer, but I think the only place where I would even think of a line is when it comes to the dignity of the character that you're portraying. That cannot be compromised. No matter what incident you are portraying of his life or her life, and this I would think would apply to any real life incident or character, that the dignity of the incident or the person that you are talking about cannot be compromised. And that comes from the intention of making the film. Why are you making the film? Right? So, yeah.
Thank you.
Vicky, to your right, Justin here from Indian Express.
Hi, Justin.
Hi. Vicky, two quick questions. I don't think it has happened before that you have a film coming out on that Friday, and the next week we have Katrina's film also hitting the big screen. What are the conversations like back home?
What are the conversations like that?
Yeah.
Back home. Nahin, she's excited for my film and I'm excited for her film. And she's not just got one film after my film, she's got one film 2 weeks before my film also. So I'm sandwiched between her films, which is a great spot to be in.
Also, I mean, Ronnie did mention about the clash and that it doesn't really matter, but as an actor, how are you looking at that Friday? Because the last time you and Ranbir were together, the dynamic was very different in Sanju. What's that Friday going to be like for you?
I think that Friday, eventually we both are going to hand over our films to the audience. So that Friday is going to be the audience's, day, more than our day. But I think like Ronnie very correctly put out, in today's time, especially, we as an industry should give the option of multiple films on the same day to the audience. That's how we're going to flourish as an industry. We have, those many weeks in a year. But as an industry, we can't limit ourselves to making those many films in a year. We have to make multiple films, and we will have multiple releases on the same day. And we got to build an atmosphere where multiple films can work together. We have that strength in the audience. We have that strength on an exhibitor level. So why not? And I think we need to kind of push that envelope also now. And with today's given scenario, with the excitement that the audience has, I think if they resonate with two films, if both the films are good, both the films can work. So I'm as excited for Animal as anybody else, and so it's I think as long as it's a great day for the audiences, that's whom we work for them, not for each other.
Hi.
Mayur
here from Beyond Bollywood. To your right, you can see me.
Sure.
My question is for Meghna and Vicky. अगर आप भी उस पे जवाब देंगे तो बहुत अच्छा होगा. Meghna, in my limited interaction with army officers, always I get the sense that when you speak to them and you have to talk about successful operations, the tone is always about they will never talk about individuals but always about the regiment and the force as a whole. But obviously as a filmmaker and Vicky, for you as an actor, कि जब आप चाहे वो सैम बहादुर हो या फिर विक्रम बत्रा हो, so obviously when a director or a writer writes this film or when an actor acts in this film, do you have to ensure that the screenplay or the performance doesn't end up being a one-man army show?
I think we have a bit of both in this because we are covering 4 decades of his life in uniform, and naturally he did not start off as a one-man army show. When he started his military career, he was part of a regiment and he grew. And then he went into a commanding role. By the time he was at the end of his career, he was the chief of army staff, which is a singular role. So when I have to depict that part of his life, it is about the singular Sam Manekshaw. When I have to depict the earlier part of his life, it is Sam Manekshaw as part of a regiment. So we've actually had the privilege of being able to do both.
Yeah, if I can just add that, sorry, because actually this is the only line in the whole movie in that when he says there'll be no more withdrawal, Sam is here. I think it's the only singular time when he said that. Otherwise, whenever he's talking to, it's always my regiment, my people, we want to win and whatever else. So I think there's a very holistic sense in the movie where it is true that in the armed forces, it is about your entire group and not about any one person.
My answer would be the same as given by Ronnie sir and Meghna, but as an actor, if I say when I approach a character, when that particular scene comes, I am not portraying Sam Manekshaw as 5-star General Sam Manekshaw. I'm portraying as the human Sam Manekshaw. I'm trying to understand him as a human being who's wearing the Indian Army uniform and doing what needs to be done in that particular scene. So what happens eventually in the context of the film, that is decided by the director and the script that you're given. So my approach as an actor is always to understand him as a human being in the decisions he took, in whatever he decides to do in that particular scene.
Hi, Ashish here from Bollywood Now. My question is for Fatima. Fatima, various characters have previously played Honorable Indira Gandhi ji. what was your inspiration and takeaway from this particular phase?
मैंने बाकियों का अपने काम को बाकियों के वे ऑफ परफॉर्मिंग से कंपेयर नहीं किया, बिकॉज आई हैड टू बी ट्रू टू व्हाट मेघना's vision is, and as an actor I try to do that. I want to be my director's favorite actor, and जो लिखा है और उसकी जो ऑनेस्टी है और किस तरीके से उसको निभाना है वो ऑलरेडी पेपर में होता है और वो डायरेक्टर का विजन होता है. And I just try to do that, and I hope I was fine and I did okay.
Vicky, one compliment for you, that you and uniform are the perfect combinations altogether.
That is very
Thank
true.
You, sir. Thank you so much. Means a lot to me. Thank you.
Straight. Hi. Good afternoon. I'm Vijay Lakshmi. My question is to both the lovely ladies, Fatima and Sanya. As we have
Meghna's also lovely, yeah?
Of course. I meant...
I'm just kidding, sorry.
So my question to both the ladies is, firstly, congratulations on the 7-year-long journey. It's been very momentous, I'm sure, for both of you. Given the fact that in these 7 years alone, we have seen so many new faces emerge. And for actresses especially, the space is always very competitive. As two young actresses in your own right, is there the pressure of qualitative work versus quantitative work?
There is no competition. At least for me personally, I'm living my dream, and if I add competition in between of this, I won't enjoy the fact that I'm an actor. I'm getting to do what I have always dreamt of doing. This is my childhood dream to become an actor. अगर मैं सोचूंगी कि यार वो दूसरा क्या कर रहा है, instead of getting inspired and motivated what other actresses are doing, then I would not enjoy my journey as an actor.
Yeah, और जितने actors होंगे जो बहुत अच्छे हैं, तो you also want to be as good or better than them. So I think it's good to have competition, and it's good to have more actors who are really good, because it inspires you. And मतलब सिर्फ औरतों के साथ नहीं होता, इवन मेल एक्टर्स के साथ बहुत सारे लोग आते हैं, बहुत न्यू कमर्स आते हैं. Everybody wants to be a part of this world, and I do, and I'm very excited that at least I'm getting to do the kind of work that I want to do. So I'm just happy. I feel lucky.
If I can just continue my question.
Meghna ma'am. Meghna ma'am, I consider.
Just one moment. She's been waiting for a while. Just one moment.
मेघना जी, अगर इस फिल्म की टीजर की बात करें तो आपने विक्की के टैलेंट को तो हम जानते हैं कि उसने बहुत हद तक मानेकशॉ को उनको जिया है फिल्म में, लेकिन जो 71 का वॉर था और बांग्लादेश की भी बात थी, तो उसमें उनका सिर्फ ये जो आपने जो दिखाया कि उनका शौर्य, बहुत वीर थे, बहुत धाकड़ थे, बहुत स्ट्रेट फॉरवर्ड थे कि इंदिरा जी को भी ऐसा सुना दिया उन्होंने, लेकिन जो वो वॉर जीती थी वो उन्होंने अपने इंटेलिजेंस से और अपने प्रेजेंस ऑफ माइंड उससे जीती थी. तो वो जो इंटेलिजेंस है, जो उनकी जो कमांड थी, वो भी इसमें दिखाई है कि सिर्फ उनकी वीरता. और
देखिए, मैं एक तो ये नहीं समझती कि जो हमने वॉर जीती वो किसी एक इंसान का श्रेय है. उसमें हमारी तीनों डिफेंस फोर्सेस ने बहुत ही दिग्गज काम किया और बहुत ही मतलब ब्रेवरी से सब कुछ किया. नहीं, strategy his is for the army, the navy was also there, and the air force was also there. So I would not say that yes, he was a very big part of it, but I would not say he is solely responsible for it. That's my personal belief. Having said that, उनकी मिलिट्री लाइफ वर्ल्ड वॉर 2 से लेके 1971 वॉर तक थी. तो हमने वो सभी कुछ जहाँ जो उनके रोल्स थे इन सारी चीज़ों में, इन कॉन्फ्लिक्ट्स में एंड इन बिटवीन एज वेल एज पार्ट ऑफ हिज मिलिट्री करियर, वी हैव शोन ऑल ऑफ दैट एज मच एज वी कुड विद इन द टाइम फ्रेम जो हमारे पास था इसे दिखाने के लिए. अब स्पेसिफिक स्ट्रैटेजाइजेशन थोड़ा सा मुश्किल हो जाता है क्योंकि बहुत ही ह्यूमंगस स्केल था वॉर का, 2 फ्रंट्स पे छिड़ी थी. सो मतलब हमने कोशिश की है, बाकी आप देख लीजिए.
जी, लेकिन जो जैसा कि आपने कहा है कि वो आज़ादी के पहले भी आर्मी में थे और उस वक्त राय बहादुर का खिताब भी कुछ जो स्वतंत्रता सेनानी हैं उनको नहीं भाता था. क्योंकि उनको ऐसा लगता था कि ये अंग्रेज़ों ने दिया है। तो क्या हम जानते हैं कि हमारे ये कितने बड़े रहे हैं फील्ड मार्शल, लेकिन क्या कभी उनके उसमें कुछ कॉन्फ्लिक्ट आया था? क्योंकि उस समय अंग्रेज़ों की सरकार थी जब।
नहीं, तो सैम बहादुर का खिताब उनको इंडिपेंडेंस से पहले नहीं, उसके बाद मिला।
नहीं, वो तो बाद में मिला, लेकिन उस जमाने में जब वो उन्होंने स्टार्ट किया था तब अंग्रेज़ों की सरकार थी। तो क्या कभी कोई कॉन्फ्लिक्ट आया था, कुछ ऐसा?
देखिए, वो ही वाज अ सोल्जर फॉर द आर्मी। अब वो आर्मी ब्रिटिश इंडिया की आर्मी है कि इंडिया की आर्मी है, उनकी लॉयल्टी आर्मी की तरफ हमेशा थी और हमेशा ही रही है।
Yeah, hello, Meghna ma'am. I must share with pride and honor. I had the opportunity to meet Sam Bahadur not less than 15 times. And even when I was in school, I did a military summer course where Sam Bahadur was invited as the chief guest. This was immediately after he got his, Field Marshal. And why I'm speaking to you is he had a fabulous sense of witty humor. He told us that it is humor which keeps us going, during the war crisis. And every fourth sentence, people were laughing. It is like how you have a stand-up comedy, na? He had a fantastic sense of humor. Even otherwise, after I met him, I will tell you personally what all he shared with me, but I just wanted to check whether this aspect of Bahadur has been, used in the movie.
Has it?
Like you rightly pointed out, sir, without, it was a very integral part of his personality, the humor that you're talking about. And there are many moments in the film which depict that side of him. And we've tried to do our best to depict that kind of humor. And we were also very well aware of, this side. But we've done our best. But yes, to answer your question, yes, all of that is there in the film.
Another thing was he was very candid and very outspoken,
Yeah, a little too candid.
Which was really
sometimes. Yes, all of that is there in the film.
So he used to always say, I hope I have not said anything controversial.
Vicky sir, my question to you now.
Hi, sir.
Sir, you have been getting yourself molded very well, whatever you play. So now you're doing a Parsi's role and you're saying next to Parsi. Okay. So I just want to know that how you got molded, because Parsis are short temper, as you know that. And
It's a dig
Are
at
you, Ronnie?
It's a dig at you.
so the character and the body language on Meghna ma'am showed, like you saw that it's really very good. Really, you had got the right track of Parsis.
Thank you, sir.
And you have done that thing. So how difficult or how easy was? Have you taken any kind of lessons for that?
I just hope that after this film releases, I'm like, I get like a special pass into the Parsi community. That you're one of ours. But I mean, I don't know how to answer that question based on like him being a Parsi. But like I said, like I only try to understand him as a human being and all aspects regarding him as a human being and as a person. But yeah. But I like.
There's also a line in the movie, which we won't talk about
yes,
right
we won't
now,
talk
but
about. I can, na? Thoda de दूं क्या teaser से?
Actually, also, let's come from the fact that we also must be aware that the way Parsis have been historically depicted in our films, they're not always like that. And Sam Manekshaw was not like that either. Right? So he has been more of what Sam Manekshaw really is. We have also caricaturized Parsis in our films historically. We've done that, which is not what you will see here. So if you're expecting that, you're going to be disappointed.
no दादर में दुआने का दूध.
I wanted to ask Boski, Meghna and Vicky. You worked with him in Razi, where he had a smaller role compared to Alia, who was the main person. So did you see Sam Bahadur already in him when you were working in Razi? Because you had started in 2016, from what?
No, I didn't. The reason was that I didn't have my script at that time. We were only into research, and I start seeing an actor only once I have the script. And once I had the script, that's what happened.
And have you seen any kind of growth change in him since Razi, from Razi to
I have
Sam
to say
Bahadur?
it in front of him only.
हाँ बोल दो ना बिल्कुल क्या करें
So I mean the joke he makes is that राजी में मुझे एक डायलॉग नहीं दिया था. पूरी फिल्म खामोशी में करवाई है. आपने राजी और उसके आगे की 3 फिल्मों का चुकता कर लिया है सैम में. इतना बुलवाया है मुझसे. So no, I mean I think the pleasure of directing him, the privilege of directing him and having him interpret your character, I think it has just compounded manifold from Razi to now, and I know that it's just going to keep rising exponentially because that's the kind of actor he is. It comes from the person that he is.
Lovely. And Q, what about you? Your journey from Razi to Sam Bahadur, and you're working with Meghna.
I think for me what happened during Razi was that there's a certain kind of blind trust that just organically happened, where I'm being completely honest and not just saying it for the sake of it, but I really blindly trust her. Like there's just blind trust in the approach she has towards a story, towards a character. And you know, there was a question asked earlier that do you sense a difference between a male director and a female director? She's probably the only female director I've worked with, and I sense a difference. Yes, because you know, there's a line which they say that men written by women. I feel that when I'm working with her, with the sensitivity with which she treats her male characters, there's a dignity, there's a sensitivity, and there's a gravitas which I just find very, very special in the writing and in the way she directs me also on that particular day. I sense it in the little gestures, in the little things that makes she says कि यार नहीं इसको ऐसे बोल लो या इसको ऐसे कर लो. You know, I get to learn so much that, you know what, this is heroic. What a male thinks that this is heroic is not actually heroic. It's when I see it from a woman's perspective that okay, this is actually heroic, and that is something that I learn as a person, and that is my, like, you know, the biggest thing that I take away from working with Meghna is I get to be a better man whenever I work with her through her characters. So I got to learn a lot from Iqbal Syed in Razi. I got to learn a lot from Sam Manekshaw, and I'm really looking forward to learning a lot in our journey ahead.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, one last question.
I can talk about
just one
Meghna.
last. Ek aakhri. Yes, sir. One last question.
Hi, Vicky. Ravi from ABP News.
Hi, sir.
मेघना मैम, आपके लिए भी एक सवाल है. विकी, जब इस तरह की कोई फिल्म बनती है जो एक हिस्टोरिकल कैरेक्टर होता है और इस दुनिया में नहीं होता है, तो ऑब्वियसली जो लिखा जाता है, जो रिसर्च की जाती है, उसके आधार पे वो कैरेक्टर निभाया जाता है. लेकिन फिर भी एक एक्टर को अपनी इमेजिनेशन का काफ़ी इस्तेमाल करना पड़ता होगा, क्योंकि वो शख्स सामने नहीं होता है जिससे हम सीख सकें और देख सकें उसे. तो उस लिहाज से इस किरदार को निभाना आपके लिए कितना मुश्किल था?
थैंक यू फॉर दिस क्वेश्चन. आई थिंक मेरे लिए सबसे ट्रिकी पार्ट ये था कि मानेकशॉ सर के जितने इंटरव्यूज़ हैं ऑनलाइन अवेलेबल, वो सारे इंटरव्यूज़ हैं व्हेन ही वाज पास्ट 70, व्हेन ही वाज रिटायर्ड. एंड मुझे कई बार जब उनका यूथ प्ले करना था या उनके यू नो वो द मिड ईयर्स प्ले करने थे, उसका रेफरेंस कोई नहीं है मेरे पास कि वो कैसे बात करते थे या कैसे चलते थे. देयर आर मैनी पिक्चर्स और कुछ वीडियोस हैं डॉक्यूमेंटेड ऑफ हिम वॉकिंग, बट ऑल हिज इंटरव्यूज वेयर यू गेट टू हियर हिम स्पीक इज ऑल व्हेन ही वाज 70, 75, 80. तो टू क्रैक दैट कि यार ये अपनी जवानी में कैसे बात करते होंगे, I like, you know, we met his family a lot of times, his grandson a lot of times. We sat on the text a lot of times कि कैसे बात करते होंगे, क्या उनकी चाल होगी, क्या बॉडी लैंग्वेज होगी, all of that. और वो करने में मज़ा बड़ा आया. The process was very, very like, you know, stimulating for me as an actor. तो हमने अपनी तरफ से पूरी कोशिश की है, but that was the tricky part for me because the reference was there but also was not there. For you, it was something that we had to decode कि हाँ यार अपनी जवानी में ये ऐसे बात करते होंगे या ऐसे चलते होंगे. So हर कैरेक्टर का एक अपने challenges होते हैं, but Sam में I think to crack that, the tonality of the voice and body language and the physicality was, I think, the number one stage that we were trying to crack.
मेघना मैम, इसी से जुड़ा आपसे भी एक सवाल है. एक हिस्टोरिकल फिल्म में, हॉलीवुड में भी ऐसी कई फिल्में बनती है, भले ही हिस्टोरिकल हिस्ट्री से रिलेटेड फिल्में हो, लेकिन उसमें क्रिएटिव लिबर्टीज़ बहुत ली जाती हैं. यहाँ भी ऐसी फिल्में बनी हैं. आपने क्या इस फिल्म में कहीं वो स्कोप था कि आप क्रिएटिव लिबर्टी लें, कुछ अपनी तरफ से ऐड करें ताकि सिनेमैटिकली और इंटरेस्टिंग फिल्म बने?
जहाँ तक हिस्टोरिकल फैक्ट्स हैं, वहाँ पे जो कुछ हमारे पास रिसर्च बेस्ड डेटा में था, हमने उसी को निभाया है. उसमें हमने लिबर्टीज़ नहीं ली हैं, क्योंकि आई डोंट थिंक यू शुड बी ट्वीकिंग हिस्ट्री, ये मेरा मानना है. लेकिन सैम किसी शाम घर पे अपनी वाइफ सिल्लू से किस तरह बात करते होंगे, या उन्होंने क्या कहा होगा उनको, वी हैड टू इमेजिन दैट एंड येट अंडरस्टैंड इट विथ फ्रॉम द फैमिली, फ्रॉम देयर डॉटर्स, की उनकी रिलेशनशिप क्या थी, हाउ वाज शी इन द हाउस, व्हाट वुड दे टॉक अबाउट और हाउ वुड दे बी विथ ईच अदर. वी हैड दोज पॉइंटर्स एंड देन हमको वो सीन्स इमेजिन करने पड़े. आई थिंक क्रिएटिव इमेजिनेशन उस दायरे तक ही था. जहाँ तक हिस्ट्री का सवाल है, we've tried to remain as faithful as possible to it, because that's not something that should be distorted. मुझे ऐसा लगता है.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for your questions. Of course, our members of the media would like a picture with the entire team.
Manekshaw second, but there's a little bit of a back.
Bro, huge fan. You know this. Yes, please do, please do. Now I see you in this look. दाढ़ी बड़ी हुई है, बाल अलग तरीके से.
Please don't go there.
Huh? No. You don't like that look?
Don't go there.
No? How many times have you asked him, cut your hair, Vicky?
Very touchy topic. Don't go there.
Vicky, Sardar Udham Singh, then Sam Bahadur. अब चाहे fictional character हो, you've already worked with Ronnie on a film like Uri, where you played a fictional character, then these real life characters. Bhai, how do you get into the skin of these characters? Like how?
See, when you get directors like Meghna Gulzar, she doesn't let you just stop at the skin of the character, she makes you meet the soul of the character. So I'm just blessed that I had Meghna Gulzar guiding me for a role of a lifetime, which is of Field Marshal Sam Manekshaw. I think as an actor, I feel extremely fortunate that जिनके बारे में आप बचपन में किस्से कहानियाँ सुनते हो ना, because my mom and dad both have lived the 71 war. They were in Punjab जब 71 की वॉर हुई थी, तो मैंने उनसे काफ़ी किस्से सुने थे कि फील्ड मार्शल मानेकशॉ. So then to grow up and then to get an opportunity to see life through his eyes, and it's not just any other person but him. I feel very fortunate. I feel very grateful for Ronnie sirs and Meghna's trust in me, and I have my legs and fingers and everything crossed that I've done my best as I could as an actor, jitni mere paas kabiliyat thi, but really looking forward to the release of the film, that I've justified the legend.
We're also watching these two lovely ladies reunited on stage. Dangal के साथ इनकी शुरुआत हुई थी. Sanya, I'll start this with you. Dangal, Paglet, Kathal, Jawan, all ensemble films. लेकिन उसके बावजूद, if you look at your filmography, you've managed to create a really strong character. जो बहुत ऐसी फिल्में आती हैं जो ensemble वाली होती हैं, जिसमें हमें लगता है कि why didn't the women have a more meaty role in it? And you've managed to do that. So are you very conscious in picking your scripts, या ये किस्मत है कि ये scripts जो हैं everybody is coming to you with them?
Very conscious of that. Also, I think that's always there in the forefront when I'm picking up those characters, मेरी लाइफ में मैंने ऐसी औरतें देखी हैं जो मुझे इंस्पायर करती हैं, तो मुझे अच्छा लगता है कि when I'm playing such women on screen, और मुझे पता है कि वो जब कोई छोटी बच्ची या कोई देख रहा होगा, they will also get inspired and motivated. So that is always there in my forefront, and also a combination of luck. I think this was purely luck and my good kismat that I got a call from Meghna ma'am for this film, and when she told me please read this, I was like, I don't even want to read it. I want to do it, and I read it in one go so that I can call her back immediately and tell her that yeah, I'm on it, please call me on set as soon as possible.
Now, I don't think it had too much to do with luck. I think Meghna pretty much sorted herself out. If you see her whiteboard and her board and
character के नीचे नाम लिखा होता है.
There's no luck concept there.
And Fatima, आपके जो dialogues हैं इस film में. Now, you always imagined how Indira Gandhi was. She's one of the most powerful prime ministers that this country has ever seen. We lost her in 84. आप उसके बाद पैदा हुई. So how, when you've just read about this lady, when you've probably seen a couple of clips on YouTube, how do you get into the skin of a character who's not alive anymore, जिनके बारे में आप सिर्फ सुन के एक पहचान बना सकती हैं that ये शायद ऐसी थी?
तो हिस्टोरिकल फिगर है एंड क्वाइट अ बिग. हाँ जी, साइड हो जाइए.
मेरे को साइड होने के लिए
सॉरी यार.
मैं वॉइस ओवर ही कर देता हूँ यहाँ पे.
यहाँ पे बैठ जाइए हमारे साथ.
वो बेचारे साइड में उतने हो गए आपके लिए.
मैं निकल ही जाता हूँ.
मैं बैठ जाता हूँ यार यहाँ पे. नहीं चलेगा. वो बहुत मार पड़ेगी मुझे कि मैं यहाँ पे बैठ. हाँ बताइए. Thank you प्रभु.
They're allowing you in the frame. It's okay now. They're allowing you.
फिर से पूछ लो.
जी. तो एक posthumous character जिनके बारे में
काफी बड़ा फिगर है, काफी हिस्टोरिकल कैरेक्टर है. तो मैं तो बहुत डर गई थी. आई टोल्ड मेघना, लिसन यार मेघना, आई डोंट थिंक, आई एम नॉट श्योर. शी जस्ट सेड वन वर्ड. शी सेड ट्रस्ट मी. एंड क्या
तो खुसर
ये अलग ही.
मैंने कहा ये तो दो लफ्ज थे.
हाँ, अरे यार इमोशन को समझ यार.
The film will know. That's 2 words. So
तो मेरे लिए एक तो आई लुक अप टू हर, आई लव हर वर्क, आई हैव ऑलवेज एस्पायर टू वर्क विथ हर. क्योंकि एज एन एक्टर आपका एक लिस्ट होता है कि आपको इन डायरेक्टर्स के साथ काम करना है क्योंकि आपको उनका काम पसंद है. तो जब भी इन्होंने ये बोला, मैंने सोचा यार कौन बोलता है. It's a privilege that I have that my director is telling me कि तुम trust कर लो मुझे, क्योंकि I just need to hear that. And to be honest, I have just done that and I'm so happy कि मुझे ये experience करने का मौका मिला, because ये दुनिया और ये world और ये कहानी का हिस्सा बनने का मुझे वापस मौका नहीं मिलेगा. बिकॉज फॉर पीपल लाइक मी, जिन्होंने ज़्यादा पढ़ाई नहीं की है, जो ज़्यादा पढ़ते नहीं है, जिनको ज़्यादा हिस्ट्री के बारे में मालूम नहीं है, मुझे लगता है कि आप जब फिल्म देखते हो या जब आप लिटरेचर पढ़ते हो, आपको बहुत सारी चीज़ों के बारे में पता चलता है, हिस्ट्री के बारे में पता चलता है. और ऐसे किरदारों के बारे में, सैम मानेकशॉ, इंदिरा गांधी, आई हैड टू रीड अ लॉट अबाउट इंदिरा गांधी एंड आई रियलाइज देयर इज सो मच दैट इंडिया हैज़ गॉन थ्रू. And that is only because of this film. And now this film is being made and a lot of people, young generation, उनको पता चलेगा कि क्या क्या हुआ है, कैसे कैसे लोगों ने हमारे देश के लिए काम किया है, ताकि हम आज यहाँ पे बैठ के ऐसी फिल्म देख सके.
विकी का जो करियर ग्राफ है, एंड आई हैव टू आस्क दिस क्वेश्चन टू रॉनी एंड मेघना. राजी के साथ जो हमने एक चेंज देखा विकी में, विच मूव टू उरी, दोनों के लिए इज ही योर म्यूज? बिकॉज मैम आई एम बीइंग ऑनेस्ट, क्योंकि आप जिस तरीके की डायरेक्टर हैं, यू सो क्लियर कि आप अपनी फिल्म में किसको चाहती हैं. एंड आई थिंक दैट स्टार्ट्स राइट फ्रॉम द गेट गो, जब आपने पहली बार एक कहानी के बारे में सोचा होता है. वेदर इट्स राजी, रॉनी, फॉर यू द काइंड ऑफ फिल्म्स दैट यू हैव मेड, उरी, इज ही द क्ले जिसको आप मोल्ड कर सकते हैं?
I don't think Vicky can be molded, but he's the clay.
You know, for me, it's very strange because I love him. I love him as a person, and I love him as an actor. And then you put him in the role of Sam Manekshaw, who I completely adulate. So a lot of times, when I was loving what he was doing, I was not sure ki am I loving Vicky Kaushal the actor, or am I loving what he's doing with Sam Manekshaw. Having said that, right from Razi, when there is a character that you know that ये नाम आएगा आपके दिमाग में, then you don't think left and right. It happened with Razi, it happened with Sam. Because for me, I know that he will dive into it and give me more than what I'm expecting. He will make it his own. And that's exactly what he's done. It's there for everybody to see.
विकी, घर पे आईने हैं? मतलब इतने कैरेक्टर्स जब तुम करते हो कि इंसान तुम्हें देखते हुए भूल जाता है कि ये तो विकी कौशल है, बिकॉज यू जस्ट गॉटन इनटू दैट कैरेक्टर सो मच. तो आईनों की जरूरत है? यू आर लाइक ये अभी मैं सैम मानेकशॉ हूँ.
नहीं यार, एक एक्टर को आईना तो चाहिए. सेल्फ ऑब्सेस्ड होते हैं हम. तो
नहीं, पर ये आई थिंक 9 महीने जो ऐसे झुक के खड़े थे सैम की तरह, he had forgotten how to stand straight. He had to learn that again कि अब मुझे सीधे खड़े होना है. बोलो ना.
बोलो ना.
नहीं, मैं अपनी सैम की जर्नी के बारे में अगर कहूँ तो it strangely started with राजी. हम पटियाला में शूट कर रहे थे राजी, और 2-3 दिन की छुट्टी थी एंड वी वर होल्ड अप इन अ होटल, जहाँ पहली बार मेघना ने जिक्र किया था कि मेरी अगली फिल्म दिस इज व्हाट आई एम थिंकिंग अबाउट, इट्स बेस्ड ऑन फील्ड मार्शल सैम मानेकशॉ. एंड और मैं सुन रहा था कि अच्छा यार ये फिल्म है, पर मैंने उनके बारे में किस्से सुने थे, मुझे ये नहीं पता था वो दिखते कैसे हैं. ठीक है, तो मैं बात सुनते सुनते ना नीचे मैंने मोबाइल पे गूगल किया कि ये दिखते कैसे हैं. फिर मैंने कहा ये तो बहुत हैंडसम है, मुझे तो ये रोल नहीं मिलेगा. तो फिर मैं फिर सिर्फ सुनता रहा. बट कहीं ना कहीं आई थिंक इन द यूनिवर्स तभी एक विश प्लांट हुई थी कि यार कहीं ऐसा एक रोल, बिकॉज शी स्पोक सो मच अबाउट दैट रोल एंड